Oh, I don't know if it did this right. It's been a while. Kia ora. How are you? That was very excited. I didn't know what to film this week, and it has been kind of crappy with moods and pain. And anyway, I decided I'm such a negative Nancy all the time. Sorry, Nancy's out there. It's a beautiful name. It's just I always put names to things. I'm such a negative Nancy all the time. I decided I'd write some of my favorite things onto scraps of paper, put them in this hollow hat, and then I'll draw random things out, and then I'll tell you why I like them so much or why they make me happy. So we might do like 3, 4, 5, I don't know. This one, I'm not wearing my glasses either. So Shane Dawson, Drew, Garrett, Rylan, Morgan, Andrew. Well, can I just be their friend? Like, of course they make me happy. Who's not happy when they see, like, that crew? And also, I think Garrett and I would be best friends. We both like hoarding and Harry Potter. So, of course, that makes us friends. Okay, this one can go out of my hat now because I'm going to keep it. And do this frequently, maybe. Okay, what else do we have? Rosine's Paints Instagram. It's aesthetically pleasing. That's it. Makes me happy. David Attenborough. My dream is the documentary of David Attenborough, voiced by David Attenborough. I don't know. I grew up with David Attenborough, and it's just interesting on how much animal conservation has happened in his career. And he lied to get his first ever job in TV. What's this? Iconic teen movies. Thank you, Ariana Grande, for reminding me how much I love iconic teen movies. My favorite is Clueless. Or is it? I love Clueless. I love Pretty in Pink. I love Breakfast Club. I love Mean Girls. I love Easy A. Have you seen The Duff? I love The Duff. I'm not an adult person movie. Kawaii. It's cute. Like, it's cute. Black and white stripes. Classic. Beautiful. Black and white anything. But stripes are my favorite because you can class them up. Or you can be a pirate. This is really not as exciting as I thought it was because I haven't really gone into picked one that has any great depth to it. Veronica Mars. I'm a Logan Eccles girl personally. I don't know. I don't know what it is about Veronica Mars. I never watched it while it was on telly. And then I have a good friend and we would watch it all the time and we would just like love Logan, hate Duncan. I mean, I'm really excited for new Veronica Mars. Anyway, I don't know why I love Veronica Mars. Weevil? How can you not love Weevil? How can you not love Mac? How can you not love... Okay, I don't really love Piz. I was going to say, how could you not love Piz? But I don't know. Piz was there to be, like, dumped. That's all I can think of. Repetitive motions. I don't know. I have a bell here. And I don't use it to bell because it spins. It keeps me calm. I'll just do this and watch TV for ages because it's calming. And now I'm doing it and I don't want to stop. Okay, repetitive motions. We love them. My internal battle of do I prefer cheese or chocolate? It is. It's an internal... Because heaps of my favourite foods are made with cheese. But I really like chocolate. And then heaps of my favourite desserts are made with chocolate. And people always like, well, if you had to pick one, what would you pick? But do I like dessert or do I like macaroni cheese better? Is macaroni cheese my favourite? Lasagna? Yum. But then there's chocolate soft sauce and pudding. Yum. Jaffa cheesecake. Yum. But maybe I could live with lemon flavoured everything, because that's delicious too. But I can't have macaroni not cheese. I don't know. I could, but I don't know. I enjoy that. When I have nothing to stress about, I'll stress about whether I like cheese or chocolate more. Pastry crusts. A dish with pastry crust is only as good as the crust. I mean, honestly, I could give or take a filling as long as the crust is good, because nothing beats a really good pastry crust. Now I'm thinking about them and I want like something with pastry, with a crust. Ooh, like lemon tart. Oh, with a really good crust. Yum. Now I'm hungry. Let me have a sip of my coffee. We're missing the cat. Oh, she's going outside. Bare feet. There's nothing like when you've been out for ages and you've been Christmas shopping. Okay, I'm talking about what I did last night. Out Christmas shopping till like 10 o'clock. And it was awful because everyone was out Christmas shopping till 10 o'clock. And the place we went has a pet shop by it where we usually go visit the fishies, because we have decided we deserve a fish. Like, we've wanted another member of the family for so long, and we don't do children. Could you imagine me having a baby? I'm a great auntie, like, and I love kids, but we want another fish, and I've just totally lost track. Anyway, we were out 10 o'clock shopping, and it was awful, and I was wearing comfy shoes and everything. And then we got home, and I kicked my shoes off, and I took my socks off, and I wiggled my toes, and it was delightful. So good. Walking around in bare feet. I can't do strange textures with bare feet, though. Like, and I can't walk on grass with bare feet. I like to walk around the house or on flat concrete. Excuse me, that was disgusting. Sorry. Or concrete. But I like bare feet, even though right now I'm in slippers. Pufferfish. This goes back to what I was just talking about. So they have stupid faces, and I love them. And we're just talking about new fish, and the fish I like to visit are dwarf puffers, and they're so teeny tiny, and they only grow up to be like 2 centimeters long, but you need more than one, and they need 10 liters per fish minimum, is what I got told, and I really want some. Which annoys James greatly, because we were just going to get one betta fish, and now I'm like, babe, we need at least a 50-litre tank. At least, minimum 50-litre tank, when we were originally looking at like 30. I'm trying to find a good one. Do you like my hat? This brings me joy as well. I paid way too much money for it, and it's really crap, but I brought it. Okay, this one. Do you like how I wrote on like paper as well? Classics. And that means like ancient Rome and ancient Greece, and I went to university to study classics for a little bit, but then I dropped out. But I love it. But I'm not one of those like people who love the writing. It's fine. The plays, I mean, they're good. I love art and architecture. That's what I love, especially black figure pottery. Oh, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. And the architecture, I mean, come on. We don't have beautiful buildings like that these days, and we have technologies, so that ancient technology shit. But then I also think of like classics, and then I think of, you know, the people who built the stone circles in, like, Britain. Like, that's really cool too. Like, just the whole, like, thought process of these ancient structures, and how even to this day, like, the math and stuff is really confusing, and the distances, and I don't know, I just like to think about these people, you know. Like, I was watching a documentary yesterday and they were talking about, like, early species of human, and they found this cave, and there's this carving, like, right in, which would have been like a little narrow passage for this, like, ancient human, not even a Homo sapien, but an ancient human species would have, like, wiggled down this little, like, commando crawl, and then done this little drawing, I think it was of a horse or something, and then left. Like, that was a person, something that was important enough to this person to do that. Fully expecting, and, well, rightly expecting, no one would ever see it again until, like, what was it, like, okay, the numbers are huge. I think it was maybe 10,000 years old. A 10,000-year-old drawing. I mean, come on. Got off classics. But when you think about, like, the ancient humans and stuff, and the human species, things like ancient Rome and Greece and that seem really modern. Like, really modern. When things like this were happening, when there were hunter-gatherer species of human, and several species of human that done things and evolved to be me sitting in front of this camera talking about ancient humans. Like, how crazy is it? Anyway, that's one of the ones that I could talk about for ages, and if you want me to, don't, because it's really boring. Gallery walls. As you can see behind me, we have the start of a little bit of one, but the wall behind me is going to be lots of terracing for cats, as you can see over here. There's some shelves for a cat, and we're going to intermingle pictures through the shelves, pictures that won't fall off and hurt the cats or anything, of course. And then we have a staircase, and it's just a gallery wall. We collect a lot of pictures and stuff, so I like to hang them all up. Gallery walls, yeah. I like cute things. Bob Ross. Who doesn't like Bob Ross? Sorry, my nose is itchy. He was just such a special human. I don't know. Like, from what I've read about him, either he wasn't an asshole. You know, sometimes there are these people and you're like, they seem so cool, and then you find out they're actually a real egg. Doesn't seem like Bob Ross was that way. And that he was in, like, the military for such a long time, and he says that's why he was always so calm after the military, because he didn't like yelling. I mean, the man had a perm that he hated for so many years. Not for him, he hated it, but for us, his special friends, because he enjoyed teaching us how to make art. And honestly, I used to be, well, I still am, I can be so, excuse me, so like, I'm my worst own enemy, especially when I'm creating things. But now, sometimes, I can be like, oh, that looks really cool, it's a happy accident. And that's because of Bob Ross, you know? And also, there's nothing like when he draws a line down the middle of his really cool painting, and you're like, shit, Bob, what have you done? And then he brings it all back. He brings it all back, and it's beautiful. And I just love him. I actually have painted along with Bob Ross once with acrylic paints, which was fun. But we painted along, and I had none of the colours, so it was a very purple painting, and I gave it to my friend. And I've never done one before, again, because I really liked that one, and I gave it to her because she'd appreciate it. Highland cows. Well, can you see this one on that cushion there? And we also have a tea towel hanging on the wall of a Highland cow. I mean, I like all cows. Cows are so cute. I don't like when they stick their tongues near me because that's gross. My mum keeps cows. But, I mean, they've got the shaggy little hair, and then they've got the, like, cocky horns. Like, they can be so, like, I don't know. They're just, like, with their little fringes, and they come in different colours. And they're supposedly Scottish. Like, I've always wanted one. Always. To be my friend and my little pet. Like, my Instagram. My Instagram is animals and drag queens. And jewellery. And resin paint. Because aesthetically pleasing to my eye. Excuse me, the disgusting drinking sounds. I'm very thirsty. Rococo fashion and architecture. That whole period, you know, whether you call it like the Baroque, Rococo. Baroque technically is a little bit before Rococo, but also that, like, at the same time, it was Georgian over in, like, Britain. But that whole period, but especially in the French courts, so beautiful. And the colours, like, I feel like then things weren't taken so seriously compared to, like, the rest of history. I mean, the French Revolution happened in this time and stuff, but I mean, it was just so pretty. It was probably not a wonderful time to live. But honestly, I look at all of, like, until, like, excuse my saying like all the time. But I kind of view up until the 1920s, I personally would have found it very difficult to live. Do you notice it's when they got rid of the corset? Which is funny, because I sometimes enjoy wearing a good corset. But I like modern luxuries. Doll-ups! Okay, so you might not know what these are. And if you see, there's a nice little guy peeking. We'll just give him a grab. He's got some plastic wrap on him. Excuse me. So you get dolls. This is a boy one. I'm trying to censor him. So let's not use him as an example, because although he's cool looking, I have not tried a boy doll yet. Here's a wig of a doll I'm doing. And here's its body. Oops, sorry, censoring. So what you do is you get a doll. I like Monster High dolls, which sucks because they don't make them anymore. And they're really expensive because people are smart and selling their children's toys for like freaking $1 trillion. I don't even want to know how many dolls I have here and how much I've spent on them, considering I've been working on one and it takes forever, and you could watch really beautiful videos of doll-uppers. This is Frankie. I kind of just like her how she is. She's the one I'm like tempted to just leave. Maybe I'll just leave her. Maybe I'll just like do up her face. I don't know, but she's cute. Anyway, if you look on like Google doll delightful, so it's like delightful but doll, or Hexin, I think it's pronounced Hexian. His name's Christian. Or who else is there? There's so many, and I've completely blanked on all of them. Anyway, they do doll-ups, and they are who inspired me to do it, and it's really fun. I'm working on my cliche doll now, like my alter ego doll. And I'm making her outfit, and it's really fun. And hard work. Dolls, the videos make it look so nice and easy and quick. Quick is a big one. And it's not, but it's fun, and I'm enjoying myself. Excuse me. One more. I think, because I'm really, really boring. Cartoons. Who doesn't like cartoons? Actually, I had a really good friend when I was younger who hated cartoons, like all cartoons. And we never understood it, but I love a good cartoon, be it American Dad, I think is my favourite. But that's an adult cartoon, you know. I don't just like adult cartoons. I also quite enjoy Doug. Like, I really want to watch Doug again. And I really want to watch Danny Phantom again. And I really want to watch Card Captors. I mean, I used to be really into like manga and anime, but I kind of lost my passion for it. And I just want to, this next year coming up, I think I need to rediscover old passions, including cartoons. But James and I have our like lists of ones we watch regularly. We have South Park and American Dad and Family Guy, and I think that's it now that I'm thinking about it. Oh no, we like to watch that one, that Netflix one, Big Mouth, about puberty. That's quite funny. But I also hated it at the same time. I can't think of anything else. I like cartoons, and I'll actually do one more because that one was a really dumb ending. Jackalopes! How can you not like a bunny with antlers? I'll show you my main man. This is Jack Jack the Jackalope. Now just my favourite little mythical creature. They're so underrated. But I'm kind of glad because I don't want everyone to be like, I love jackalopes! And then they become a fad and there's jackalope everything like unicorns. Which is fine because me and my stepsister, we're not particularly fond of unicorns by any definition really. I mean, she has horses. She's really good with horses. And I'm weird. So unicorns. And it kind of became a thing where we buy unicorn gifts for each other. I don't know. Hers is the only present I have left. But I've become really like militant on the unicorn things I have to buy for her because it's been going so long. Like since before unicorns even became a thing, it's been going. We're both adults and we buy each other unicorn things, but we've both also become so like, oh my god, look at all these unicorn products that aren't very good. These aren't good enough for my sister. That's what we're like. I think she should just give me a horse. With like, literally she could bring one of her horses with like a unicorn horn strapped on its head and be like, Happy Christmas, you want to go for a ride on a unicorn? And I would be like, yes. And it would literally be just me like riding around the paddock with a horse with a unicorn head like thing on. I want Scout Tina. I want to ride Scout the unicorn. That's my favourite one of her horses. He's sassy. Well, he used to be. When he was up at Mum and Mark's house, my stepdad, like sometimes I'd go up to give him some fruit because I like to spoil animals. But the dogs would come with me and he would stomp his hooves like this because he didn't want the dogs taking his attention away from him, and he wanted like, and he wouldn't eat his treats. Anyway, that's it for me. This is really random, but content. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, please do that. Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I don't mind, and click that little bell not once but twice to get all notifications, and I will see you in a few days hopefully. Okay, have a good week and weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye.